Racers, start your engines, and may the best drag queen win.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to MsMojo. Today we're ranking all the runway categories of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13.
And tonight on the runway, category is Le May You Stay. Category is Little Black Dress. And on the runway, category is Beige Couture.
For this list, we're judging the categories based on their originality, as well as the quality, creativity, and memorability of the queens' resulting main stage presentations. Since we will be extensively discussing the contestants' performances and the judges' critiques, we are issuing a spoiler alert. So, which runway category gave you life? Let us know in the comments. All right, start your engines and let's get into it.
Number 13, Yellow Gorgeous. After the queens debuted social media The Unverified Rusical, they took to the stage in sunny looks that didn't wow us as much as others this season. Since this week's category simply specified a color, it doesn't win any points for creativity. That said, it did give the queens plenty of freedom in designing their monochromatic looks.
Here's a tip, don't eat yellow hip pad.
The judges enjoyed many of them, including Gottmik's Crash Test Dummy, Candy Muse's Beyoncé homage, and Simone's neon fur coat.
And not only is it a yellow coat, honey, it's a yellow Versace coat. Catch your hen.
But overall, this repetitive runway didn't allow for the kind of brilliant interpretations of a theme that fans love to see on Drag Race, which is why it lands in this spot. Number 12, Drag Doppelgangers.
The hair is right, the mug is, well, it's Tina.
The Makeover Challenge is a Drag Race classic and has recurred since season 1, with each queen typically assigned a layperson to transform. But in this episode, they were given a fellow competitor to make over in their image.
Simone as Utica.
Was the twist due to filming constraints? It seems plausible, but in any case, we missed the regular people who are usually the stars of this inspiring runway. It was entertaining to watch the queens impersonate their counterparts, and most were instantly recognizable.
She got her degree from the University of Simone.
But with 2 of the 4 pairs producing relatively lackluster looks, this spin on an iconic category didn't quite hit the mark as others have.
Where was the blending? There wasn't any.
Number 11, La May You Stay. With a focus on the metallic fabric, Season 13's first mainstage category wasn't the most original.
I mean, I am giving you a walking old Hollywood portrait.
The queens did put the material to creative use, pulling off varied concepts like old Hollywood glamour, a boxer, and even a Tin Man.
I am bringing a full Tin Man fashion fantasy.
But since the mini challenge had the contestants serve eye-catching looks channeling daytime drama mama and nighttime is the right time, the episode's main runway didn't stand out quite as much. The judges did feel like some contestants like Gottmik and Lala Ree shone in gold and silver outfits.
This look here, you are a mother drag queen.
Ultimately though, the Le May theme didn't produce as many jaw-dropping fashion moments as others. Number 10, We're Here, We're Sheer, Get Used to It. While the winners of the first episode's lip syncs tackled Le May looks, the losers were assigned translucent materials for their first mainstage category.
You asked for sheer, I'm giving you just what you asked for, but with glamour.
The judges had high praise for some queens, with Ru calling Tamisha Iman's homemade gown among the most beautiful the show had ever seen.
All right, she looks like one of the Supremes up here. Tamisha Iman, I love this dress.
Thank you.
Although most ensembles were pretty, few used sheer fabrics to present concepts that could really be called innovative. And while Rosé took a unique approach with cellophane, her dress was called crafty. It didn't help that the highly memorable Lady and the Vamp Runway Mini Challenge was a part of this episode's judging. This category does win points for producing 2 stunning outfits, but most contestants didn't take advantage of the sheer possibilities of see-through fabrics.
Very sleevey knits.
Did you say sleevey knit?
Yeah.
Very sleevey knits.
Number 9, Little Black Dress. It's surprising that Drag Race hadn't yet based a runway on this classic garment. It proved to be a simple but versatile theme that allowed fashion-forward queens to shine. Given the understated category, many contestants' outfits were more subdued than usual, and some in the fandom felt that they'd erred on the side of basic. That said, the always chic dress did inspire some original outfits, like Gottmik's tiny loincloth and Candy Muse's LBD illusion.
This dress is made out of canvas paper.
And while Simone's homage to RuPaul's 90s hairstyles, with a dress made from Senegalese twists, didn't receive a main stage critique, it was a hit with many viewers.
This hair is a reference to RuPaul's music video, Back to My Roots.
This runway received mixed reviews from the judges, but its concept was long overdue, and it featured some acclaimed fashions. Number 8. Beast Couture. This category referenced a hilarious stand-up routine in All-Stars Season 2 in which Alyssa Edwards called Michelle Visage a beast.
Alyssa, describe Michelle Visage in one word. Go.
Beast! With an unconventional concept that asked the contestants to make a monstrous look high fashion, this theme scores major points for originality. We got to see usually glamorous queens channel camp in kooky costumes, with Olivia Lux dressed as a horned blue creature, and Simone donning a fursuit-inspired outfit that was called breathtaking.
I chose to be a foxy lady.
Not every contestant's fashion choices made sense, though, with Candy's alien look confusing the judges and fans alike.
Baby, I am an alien that just fell down from space because my alien Judy got hurt.
With a self-referential premise that produced a slew of unique interpretations, this category was perfectly solid, if not the most elevated. Number 7. Drag Excellence. This kind of category is a staple of Drag Race, and it's often reserved for late in the season when the queens are asked to bring their best to the runway. Since it's an age-old prompt that's intentionally vague, it doesn't win any points for originality. But with no specific theme to be interpreted, each contestant was allowed to shine in their own way.
I am in love with the way I look.
Even though some queens had arguably looked better in previous episodes, the judges loved the presentations across the board. Simone's huge purple gown and jeweled cornrows took the cake for glamour, while Gottmik's spotted look was praised for its inventiveness. The concept wasn't anything new, but the fashion was everything.
This look is really creative, out of the box, show-stopping drag.
Number 6. Haute Pockets. When you think about high fashion, your mind probably doesn't jump to this aspect of garmentry. But in one of the season's last episodes, the queens were tasked with elevating this underappreciated fashion feature.
Valley of the Dolls? Mama, welcome to the Valley of the Pockets.
Some succeeded. Gottmik's trench coat paired with a bodysuit made of watches received acclaim for its sense of humor.
My look is inspired by Hercules. There's this one scene where this flasher flashes and he goes, "Wanna buy a sundial?"
Simone, meanwhile, produced an instant classic by going out of the box and into one giant pocket.
I decided to be Simone in a pocket. Very lead singer of Paramore, darling.
Although the judges and many fans agreed that Candy's outfit seriously missed the mark, its sheer bizarreness helped make this runway undeniably memorable. While some fashions were oddly weak for this late in the game, the unusual focus and the contestants' creativity combined to make this category stand out. Number 5. Bead It. Unlike some other more conceptual categories, this one was based around a craft material. But despite its humble connotations, this theme lent itself to some truly jaw-dropping presentations. Many queens looked as good as they ever have, with Candy Muse's wide-brimmed hat and Utica's bloody wedding gown garnering high praise.
I am serving this bloody bride.
Although she didn't win the challenge, Simone's outfit crafted from hair beads was a highlight, and got the highest possible compliment from Ru.
That is one of the greatest outfits we've had on this stage.
While some queens like Tina Burner may not have made much of this unremarkable prompt, many of her peers managed to make the beads the height of glamour.
I've been obsessed with lamps since I was like a little baby boy.
Number 4. Black and white, red all over, and grand finale eleganza extravaganza.
Girl, I shaved my head for this runway.
This season's finale was monumental in several ways. Not only did RuPaul grace the stage for a musical performance, we also got to see the top 4 participate in their second ball.
I am serving you some peacock realness tonight.
While none of these categories were totally new, the queens made each decidedly fresh with high concept and highly referential outfits.
Tonight, I feel like the Queen of Scotland.
The contestants wore their influences on their sleeves, from Audrey Hepburn and My Fair Lady to Black Lives Matter, the art of Keith Haring, and period fashion.
Very Queen of the South, coming to reclaim her time and her lens.
It was clear that Rosé and Candy had incorporated a season's worth of fashion feedback, while Gottmik and Simone built on their signature aesthetics.
This look is a very classic silhouette, but with a Gottmik twist.
Was it a real Drag Race ball if one of the looks wasn't homemade? Maybe not, but it certainly was show-stopping.
I'm here, I'm fierce, and I am ready to win!
Number 3. Trains for days. Instead of simply specifying a part of a garment, this category demanded that the train in question be huge. The prompt's outsized nature resulted in the queens producing some of the season's most eye-catching looks. It also saw contestants execute concepts that had never been seen on the runway, like a giant pierced tongue courtesy of Joey J, or Simone's extra-long do-rag.
Ain't nothing wrong with wearing no do-rag. It is unapologetic. That is very Simone.
The judges and many fans also thought Kimora Hall, a queen known for her fashion sense, outdid herself with a gold dragon-inspired gown. It was thrilling to see each queen make what could have been just a long piece of fabric into a true work of art.
Hey, Ru, is the train still running?
Number 2. Fascinating fascinators. This category focused on an accessory that doesn't always get to shine on Drag Race. But many queens drew praise from the judges by taking the already extravagant headpiece to even greater gravity-defying heights. The panel raved over Gottmik's punk-inspired look that featured an oversized safety pin and helped her cement a challenge win. Simone graced the runway with a tribute to victims of police violence, sharing one of the most powerful messages seen on Drag Race.
And as I turn around, you see on the back, there are 2 bullet holes, and I put my hands up, don't shoot. It's not a moment, it is a movement. We need to continue to say their names.
Even Elliot with 2 T's, one-legged flamingo managed to be entertaining, if not exactly well-received.
Full flamingo fantasy.
This unique theme brought out the queens' individual points of view for a memorable collision of fashion, art, and politics on the runway. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Mixed Bag, Money Bags, and Bag Ball Eleganza. This iteration of the show's perennial ball challenge featured, in Ru's words, one of the show's best looks ever. And one of the worst.
And I'm like, you made this in the same time that Lala glued bags to herself?
A whopping 36 outfits made for a fashion-filled episode, with something for every viewer. The first 2 prompts were open to interpretation, calling for a bag-themed ensemble and a glamorous female character in the style of executive realness, respectively. If that weren't enough, the final from-scratch look required boundless creativity on the fly.
She is a strapping young queen.
Some queens, like Gottmik, excelled across all 3 categories, while others, like Utica, particularly shone on the design front. With an expansive concept offering a deep look into each queen's creative process, this category was the ultimate for any fashion-minded Drag Race fan. 10s, 10s, 10s across the board!
Which runway challenge do you think prompted the most creativity from the queens? Do you have an all-time favorite runway theme? Do you have one that you'd love to see but they haven't done yet? I would kind of like to see Night of 1,000 Elton Johns or something. Anyway, spill the tea in the comments or come tell me on Twitter or Instagram @Rebecca Brayton or on my YouTube channel. See ya!